right, let me talk to you about the disaster that is the Urban Decay Liquid Moondust eyeshadows. It's not just that I got two bad colors or something. Almost all of the colors in this line have turned out to be exactly like this from what I've seen. So I was so fired up about these because I had just gotten the Moondust palette, loved that, and here they come out with right away a liquid Moondust version. I like liquid eyeshadows for fall. They give that nice metallic sheen. So I used both of these yesterday and I was just so disappointed. Ugh. First of all, I got the color called Solstice. I put Solstice all over my lid yesterday because Solstice, the dry version of this in the little pot, the individual Moondust eyeshadow called Solstice, is absolutely stunning. I have that one. It is this color pink, but it has a very strong green blue shift to it. It is absolutely gorgeous. So I was thinking, you know, this would be the same way. So I got this and I opened it up and I put it all over my lid and it was a total mess. First of all, it is very sheer. I even used a complete blank white eyelid primer to put this on top of to see if that would help. It did not help. So what you're doing is you're applying this and you're applying this and you're applying this. So a couple of coats, you're letting it dry in between. It is not giving you any kind of opacity until you layer on a couple of layers on it. So once you pat it into place, it's almost completely disappeared. Does not have that strong green shift that the powder version in a pot does. So if you let it dry and put on another coat, you're getting a little more out of it, but it goes on prettier on the back of my flat hand than it does on my curved eyeball. It just was streaky, and then it started to flake. Okay, so here's Solstice. Now Vega is even worse. Vega is a beautiful electric blue in the tube, looks beautiful. I put this on sort of as an eyeliner. Put it on, and these things have a strange little applicator. It's a teeny little brush. I was expecting like a doe foot maybe on these, but it's a teeny little pointed brush. So I use this as a liner. It is super sheer. There's not much pigment there. All right, can you see how it's not completely very opaque? And once again, it's going on much better on the back of my hand than it did on my curved eyeball. You can see there where it's streaky. You can see the streaks there. So when you take a brush and you pat it into place, it just totally streaks out and gets thin. Try to use this as an eyeliner. I was, you know, putting on a line, letting it dry, and then put on another line. I only put on 2 coats. And you did get a fairly decent opacity once you did that, but you're having to wait to dry in between coats. And then, here's the really bad part. I had that on for about an hour, and it started to flake off in chunks. And I mean, it's not like I was rubbing my eyes or anything, just the whole thing started to flake off in chunks. I'm like, okay, I just can't. I'm just done. So from what I've seen, all of the colors in this line are doing the same kind of thing. They're extremely sheer, extremely liquidy, extremely sheer. Of course, you'd have to wait for them to dry to put on a couple of coats. I would just rather get a nice, very opaque metallic liquid eyeshadow like the Touch and Soul or something like that, and just put that on and not have to wait for the drying time. In fact, I would rather just use one of the Moondust eyeshadows and put a real good primer on, put the Moondust eyeshadow on with my little Moondust eyeshadow brush that I just love, than waste my time with these. These are just a mess. And this weird pointed little applicator I don't kind of get. It's almost like they think you should use this as an eyeliner and not as an all over lid color or something, but kind of strange. So you put it on, especially once you have patted it into place with a brush, there is no background there. It's super sheer. So I don't know what Urban Decay is doing these days. The same kind of deal with the razor sharp liquid liners. Super sheer, and you cannot get any pigment out of them unless you layer them, and then they flake off. So I don't know what they're doing. It's like they're launching things and they're not really putting any thought into them first. They're just, I just got to get this launch out there. Okay, however, I am very excited about the all matte Naked eyeshadow palette. They're coming out on September 19th on urbandecay.com. I am very thrilled about that. Something I have on order that is very exciting, and it's a drugstore product. I heard about Milani coming out with this line, and I think it's been out for a while. I've never seen it in stores though, of liquid eyeliners, and they're all matte. So there's 4 shades. There's a deep green, there's a deep blue, there's a black, and there's a purple, I believe. And I have bought all of those. I bought all of them, and I'm having them sent, and I'm very excited because you know I love my matte liquid eyeliners. Milani eyeliners, all matte liquid liners. Oh, I'm so excited. So those are on the way. I'll be reviewing those as soon as I get them, and I'll see you on my next video. Goodbye.